So, I really should be taking pictures. That's right, I'll come for a walk another day and take pictures. Anyway, I just went to the store and I was like, oh, what's $10? And it's like, apparently this little thing of Mentos, I could have gotten a whole packet of Mentos for like $3.50, and this tiny little packet of Mentos was $3.50. So I was like, if I knew that, I would have just gotten a big multi-pack, because I thought it was like $1.30, and I said, oh, that's cheap, but it must have been $1.30 for something else. I was like, oh, that's a jib. So I ended up spending $10 anyways. That's okay, I'll get over it. It's just a $10 splurge, although everyone will be upset that I bought ginger beer instead of something from the bakery. But whatever, it's my money. I just bought a ginger beer because I'm like, I'm done with drinking water. And I said, my stomach needs something like a beer. So I bought ginger beer. Not generally a real beer because it's unhealthy. No, I don't like alcohol. Anyways. So I usually, when I want something in my stomach, because I feel like my stomach's been eating too many healthy things, I usually go for either ginger beer or Coke. So here we go with ginger. Real ginger is $9.95. What else is over here? Japanese pumpkin, 99 cents a kilo. Burgers and chips, $13.95. That's alright. Melon, $1.99. I wouldn't mind a burger. I wouldn't mind a burger and chips, but I'd have to buy a burger for someone else too. Maybe I'll propose that as a dinner idea. Hey, you don't feel like a burger and chips? That's what I feel like. Yeah, I do. We spend so much in junk food, even out in the sticks. Like, always wanting to cut corners off a normal meal when no one can be bothered. So I literally have to come back Thursday, which is not tomorrow but the day after, for my script. I only got one today. I got the expensive one, which costs $30. I think it costs $40. You're lucky I had $10 to spend on food. But I'll have to walk again on Thursday because no one could be bothered giving me a lift unless they're actually giving themselves. Only home removal. There you go. If you want your that even in the country, everyone has their big business. So like when you move into a little country town, it's like everyone promotes these business ideas, which is like fairs, bus tours and everything. And so whoever's financially benefiting off having an effective business is you're being encouraged to use their services. And so it's like everyone, even in the country, there's big businesses. I think it's funny. I wish I could come up with a business idea, but I don't have any real business ideas. I've got art, charity. I'm doing a photography thing right now, which is a good idea, but it's still not up to scratch standard. I actually need my big camera, which is in storage with all my other stuff, so I can take good pictures. It's like a very expensive camera. I wouldn't take it to the city because people snitch your big expensive cameras if they catch you trying to take photographs. So in the cities, you always buy things cheap and you wear cheap jewelry like this jewelry that's about to snap. But yeah, if I get my wish to do this job in the city next week, I won't be living here for a while. I'll be living somewhere else. But it's taking so long for the other person to decide. I'm like, really, don't malform your household or anything, I'm just asking. I just assume because they have so many relatives come and go all the time, you just assume, oh yeah, all I have to do is ask and I can go stay there too. And it's like, nope. I ask and this array of generosity is pulled back. And then you're like going, what? You've had 2 or 3 relatives visit you lately and this is just a 4. So unfortunately, the generosity level might not be there on this one. I almost hope it is though, because I do want to give this job a try, but if it isn't, no biggie, it's just a silly kind of job anyways. But if it goes ahead, I'll be talking on my way to the train station instead of walking up and down the street for a month or so, or however long. I could give it up after a week because I'm not used to very long hours or anything, and it might be like just sitting puts me under a lot of physical stress, and I might be like, get there and be like, I can't do this, I can't hack it a full day. So, but on the other side, I might be able to hack it, and if I can hack it, it's a lot of money opportunities, so I finally can earn a decent wage for as long as the job lasts, which is nice. It's the kind of opportunity you want. What was that? I heard a sound. But if they just can't put me up, I might have to just give it away. I can't be bothered dealing with it, and hope the interview on Thursday goes well. Something that'd be nice. I'm getting puffed out talking and walking. I have to quit it. the camera for a while. Because, like, that's a little bit of a track. A little bit of a track, I'm not used to it. I guess you don't always ascertain you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. Now, I already knew that. When you have parents who don't want to teach you to drive, it points you in the direction that you're probably walking to and fro for the rest of your life. But I don't mind, because I had other people teach me how to drive, and every time I'm in a car I crash it. So I've had like 4, maybe 5 chances already, and every time it's like same thing. These brakes don't work, man. So I end up walking anyway. And sometimes, like lately, I've been feeling sorry for myself because I've had so many nice cars, and because of the weather and stuff. Stupid, unfair police compound. Because once I couldn't stop my car, and it was a Mercedes, brand new, very low mileage, and I couldn't stop my car, and of course, police impounded it. And to get it out usually costs you $50, but they charged me $15,000, as though I should have that kind of money, and that was unfair charges. And so I get really annoyed at unfair charges, because I always feel like I'm being charged unfair charges, and because I didn't have $15,000 to collect the car, because they want it cash, they don't want little payments, they want it all. They went to crush it, and there was just some other person I had loose association with wanting to say, hey, I'll take that Mercedes. I don't know if they ended up getting it. It's possible that they might, but I felt really bad for my car, because it should have been A, $250 to take it out of a compound, B, I don't think any car should be crushed, especially not a brand new Mercedes. And see, I thought that was so unfair. Like, everyone always puts the unfairness level, because, my first house was a nice big house that cost in total over $1 million with the land. And everyone's like, oh, let's charge you unfair prices. And ever since I've been like on this unfairness level, it's like, geez, I just want to live on my own, and I want to have a car, and I don't want to be overcharged so many prices and all this other stuff. And everyone makes it so difficult, and I do feel like everything's unfair. Like, they charge you without paper transactions too sometimes, and all this other stuff. So they're just making up prices and expect you to pay, because they think, oh, they've got a rich person on their hands, which I'm not, and that they can charge you whatever they like. It is so unfair. I think life in general has to be on the meter, like have robotic charges, so that people can't charge you extra just because they feel like it. Because that's what I feel like people are doing. I feel like they charge extra because they think they can get money out of you, and I think that is so unfair. So I'd rather have, like, everything explained on like a robotic spreadsheet, and you get like an email saying, oh, you've been charged such and such, because of some reason, and have it like for everyone, like the same price for everyone, because I get sick of being overcharged when I'm not even particularly rich or anything, and then I end up losing everything, and I end up in the dust, and then everyone everyone just grabs things and takes money as much as they can. I think it's still unfair. So I would like everything to be like level charge for everyone, no matter the income, or how much money they got in the banks, and have it like robotic, so that you can secure that you're charged the same amount as someone else. So I think that would erase a lot of unfairness, because at the moment people assume that, oh, people with a nice car is really rich, and so they think they can overcharge more than triple and quadruple, in this case. And it's so unfair. It's unfair, okay? That's what I'm going to say. It's unfair, and I feel like I've been cheated of cars, I've been cheated of houses, I've been cheated of, money and lifestyle, and because everyone's like assuming that you're extremely wealthy and you can make, millions of dollars just because you want to. And if you can't, you're the one who's left to suffer. And so I think everything should be like robotic and be like no more overcharging based on assumptions and all this other crap, or basic human greed in light of certain situations and evidences and stuff. So I think that should be the thing to do, and then everyone will finally feel like everyone's paying the same and no one's being cheated. So and of course you want it cheapest of cheap, like everything cheap, so you don't have to fork out big bucks for things. So I think there's too much pressure on expenditures because people want people to spend, and it's so unfair. It is very unfair.